laid up and down the side of the mountain. At the same time, we also did a bit of a tidy up around the outside of the crater, and well, also optimized. Did a whole lot of optimizations on, well, the important things, how quickly we could get material from not only inside the crater to outside of the crater, but from inside the crater to exactly the spot we're dumping outside the crater, because we have the top left-hand corner, which we're trying to finish off. We're trying to get the crater sized out, squared out. I don't know, stop signed out. Yes, we're trying to get all the dumping done because, well, I have plans. I have very, very future plans, but to get those plans completed, well, we need to get the material out of the crater. We need to finish digging inside the crater, and we need to, well, have the outer plans ready to go. So today's episode, I need to work more towards our future plans. Whilst the trucks and the diggy boys are very, very busy, well, digging and dumping, today's plan is going to be moving on with food, because we've been talking about doing food for a little while, and today we're not planning any farms, but we're going to start looking at how we need to process the food. Also, at the same time, I need to start looking at food because we're probably going to need medical 2 and possibly medical 3, because we're not really doing anything to take care of the people, and it means anytime somebody gets a little bit of a sniffle, a little bit of a scratch at the back of the throat, we start looming into what could have been our very own 2020. So with 2020 vision, I need to ask you a very important question, and that is, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like early in the video. Not happy with the video, didn't enjoy the video, well, maybe you should also have 2020 vision. As always, at the start of every episode, I like to thank those that go above and beyond, those that choose to support the channel. And today, I need to thank a wonderful Patreon member. Today, I need to thank the wonderful Finalizing. Yes, after you go back into the vehicle assembly building and come out as, or the vehicle depot rather, and come out as a bigger and better dump truck. Because we have some jobs for you to do. We have an awful lot of jobs for you to do. In fact, whilst I've been waiting for the episode to start, I've put a couple of jobs on hold that we probably need to resume. Yep. First off, we need to talk about a U-shaped conveyor that may collapse. So the inner team was a little bit bored, so I brought them down here. And I said, you know what? The corner of this mountain could go away. In fact, this whole dividing line can also go away. And they may have just knocked up this belt just a little bit. So hopefully they can fix that. Also, can I get the limestone guy to fix that problem too? Cool. Yes, so we're having them just take out, well, this bit that we don't need anymore. And then after they've done that, I'm sure we'll find another job for them. But yes, they may have just dropped a rock or two on top of this belt. I'm really hoping that they can gingerly dig that up without me having to replace the belt, because that would be appreciated. Just one more. That looks like there's trash there already. Not holding trash. Not holding trash. Perfect. All right, so that solves that problem. Meanwhile, the edging team is working their way towards the edge, the very edge. In fact, I think I stole some of their trucks. I did. Yep, they're working their way towards the very edge. They can go one tile further out, and that's about all the distance I can give them, because if they get any closer, I'm pretty sure they're going to break out brand new belts we just put in. And I really don't want them to break the brand new belts. I like the new belts. Yes, as for the inner team, well, yeah, they're gonna also need to find a new job sooner or later, because we're sort of running out of things to do inside the crater. Yeah, that was one of our jobs. I want to get this done. The second job I need to get done desperately is the price has come down for a replacement cargo ship, so we're gonna buy a new cargo ship because I like cargo ships. Yeah, I also like it if you pause, because you don't actually need any crew on you. But you do need crew on you, and you need to go say hi to that pirate. Cool, do you go take out that pirate? All right, whilst we wait for the pirates to die, I also need to do something about, well, Fort Knox. Fort Knox is full. It needs a new Fort Knox with a new belt from there to there. Because, believe it or not, our gold processing has finally caught up. Mostly. You know, not all the buckets are full. But more importantly, the processed gold is very full, so we're just gonna, put in another one so we can keep this process rolling. Also means that I have plenty of electronics, plenty of electronics 3, which probably means I should unpause the server machine, and you should probably have a friend, because more servers, better servers. I like my 4090s. Yeah, also don't need to know about that notification. Right, so they're two small things I had to get done. Other small things I have to get done is we need to re-enable the labs because, well, I didn't want to finish the research with you guys not here. That seemed a little bit rude of me. But Shippy does a wonderful job. Shippy go boom boom. And takes 0 damage. Cool. Go kill the one at the back. Alright, Mr. Shippy will get that done for us in the meantime. Alright. The other thing I had to do is we have got this area filled in. This area filled in, ready for carpeted with trees. But of course, I have these 2 pipes. These 2 pipes that are running around right the way around the map that carry, well, our diesel and our naphtha. Now, they're sort of in the way of our forest, and I could run them around the outside of the forest, or we could bury them. And as I'm pretty sure these pipes are pretty permanent at this stage, I am hopefully confident that I can miss the tile I'm looking for entirely. That tile. Height 2. And you don't like to touch yourself, which means you're definitely that pipe. Can I move to... Hello? There. Cool. And then a new pipe from there to there. Alright, so we're going to build that and then unbuild that. And ship in battle. Yay. Ship in battle again. Okay. Come on, Mr. Shippy. I have confidence in you. And victory. Cool. We found a quartz mine. Oh, it's already a level 2. And you're coming home. All right. So that should be our diesel pipe. Excellent. New pipe is going to be... yeah, can I get you to go there? Then there. And then we're going to run this one on the inside. This will be our naphtha pipe. And then get you to come to here. I need you to go to there. You need to go up to height 3, then up to new height 3, and then... Come on! Stop being stubborn. Oh my god, stop being stubborn. Why are you one top? Whatever. Okay, and then you can plug into there. Alright, and then we're going to build that. And then we're going to remove that one. Alright, so that should do both of those, which means I should be able to carpet this whole area in, well, dirt. A lot of dirt. Also carpet that area in dirt. Probably don't want that corner done, and that area in dirt. Also, probably want to do that. Yeah, might as well do that at the same stage. So we should be able to dirt up this whole area. Also means with those pipes moved out of the way, we can plant some more trees. Now, main reason I want to have more trees up here is, well, the other bit of farmland I potentially want to get rid of. Very, very, very much would like to get rid of. It's a little bit of a hodgepodge mess in this corner. And if I could just remove it, I would. So... if I can get this running, maybe we can get that done. We will see. We're also using wood for both construction parts now, and also the glass rocking chairs. Yeah, that are mainly made out of glass. Location explored was quartz mine. Yeah, we know that. Ship in battle. Okay. All right. So that was one thing I wanted to do. Second thing I wanted to do was a whole lot of food processing. Now. Food types. We have a couple of different food types. First off, we have potatoes. They're good. They're done. Tick the box. Of course, we have corn. Good. Done. Tick the box. We have bread. Tick the box. Also done. We should have meat. Meat doesn't have salt. Salt doesn't exist. Salt is empty. You don't allow anybody to have your salt. Oh. Okay, in that case, can I have one of them? Cool. And we're going to put you right... yeah. Can I get a doohickey? Doohickey. I want one of those doohickeys. We want to plug... that. Nope, that's not how we want to plug that. We want to plug that in there. We want to bring that down to there. Want to disconnect that by one. Go away. Plug that back into there. Get that built really quickly. It can be as messy as it wants. It's a very, very temporary build because this is not staying permanently. And then we're going to take, maybe with a slightly slower belt, we're going to take our salt into there. Cool. That should solve the problem, because probably solved a whole lot better if that was unpaused. Because you will make 24 salt, and I, at the end of the day, realistically need 3, 6, 9. Yeah, not a lot. Really, really not a lot. So as long as you guys run occasionally, which you're going to have to do, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is my only source of water now, these guys, which are running off a little bit of coal and a whole lot of animal feed. Yeah, so we're going to have salt right here, and that should get that up and running. So back to what I was saying. We already have potatoes sorted. We also happen to have corn sorted and bread. We now have meat sorted. We obviously have eggs sorted. Sausages should also be sorted, so we have a build for all these different things. Veggies would be sorted if we could plant some more veggies. Did people have the sneezies? People have the sneezies. Yeah. My edicts kicked in. Growth boost kicked in because somebody died off. Yeah. It's not really the best way of dealing with the problem, but it's working. Okay. We'd have more veggies if we had more veggies. Yep. Fruit we haven't planted yet. Obviously, tofu we haven't dealt with, snacks we haven't dealt with, and cake we haven't dealt with. So there's a couple of things I need to deal with. Also, if I manage to get food up and processing, that means in theory we can get sugar, which should give us antibiotics and should give us medical too. So our plan is going to be a fairly simple plan, okay? What we want to do is we want to build food processing, but I don't want to just build it and put it together. I sort of want to plan out our food processing. Now, the first thing I want to build is going to be tofu, the most important food, because it sucks to grow. And then tofu is mostly made up of waste material, being well, sulfur and limestone. There's a very little soybeans in it. And our plan is going to be to build these in sets of 3. Now, you may ask, Jetty, why are you going to build them in sets of 3? That seems ridiculous. And the answer would be, it is ridiculous, but it's my ridiculous, and how dare you judge me. Also, it means that when I build these in sets of 3, the one in the middle has a friend left and right. Because they have a friend left and right, it means I'm guaranteed that it's tileable. And that's the real part I'm looking for. I want something tileable. I want to be able to take that middle one and duplicate it a few times and then go, okay, so if this has been duplicated and pasted, you know, down 3 times and it's 100% tileable, then if I want 8 of them, I can paste 8 of them in a row and they'll definitely work. So you need to have soybeans plus sulfur and limestone in. So we need to have soybean, sulfur, and limestone come in here. Also, we need to have water. Now, water, we're going to arbitrarily say is going to be height number 2. So I'm going to run my pipe through here. I'm going to use a T2 pipe. T2 pipe should have the throughput we need because these don't need a lot of water. And then you're going to output tofu and animal feed. So animal feed, I'm going to bring up out 3 tiles, and then I'm going to hang a hard left. And then I'm going to plug that one in there, that one in there, and that one in there. And now you can see my first example. This one has a friend to the left and a friend to the right. This one doesn't. So as long as I copy and paste this middle one, as he has a friend to the left and a friend to the right, he becomes a repeatable build. Yeah. We also need to grab our animal feed. We're going to use tier 2 belts. Not that I really need tier 2 belts, but I want to do all this basically with tier 2 belts so I don't have to worry about speed compatibility in the future. We should just be able to copy and paste and not have to worry about upgrade belts. So now I'm going to cut the one that I know is going to run at the right speed, and I'm going to put down 3 of them. And do I want the belts going the other way? Food in this side, food out that side, or food back? We're going to go with food back because some food will have to go back because it feeds into different food sources. Yeah, okay. So that is our tofu. Tofu is done. Okay, tofu comes from soybean. Soybean also goes to a mill to make cooking oil. So I need to deal with that at the same time, which is going to be here. The other thing that also goes into cooking oil is canola. And it's actually more important that canola turns into cooking oil than anything else because canola doesn't have a backup recipe. I can't do anything with canola except making cooking oil. If I have soybeans, Well, I can at least dispose of excess soybeans in animal feed. Canola, I don't have that choice. So I need to make sure that we process all the canola first into cooking oil. Also need to make sure we don't end up with too much cooking oil, because if we do, then I have a separate problem that canola is going to back up. And as I guarantee you that we're going to have all the food on one belt, one sushi belt like this one is, I need to make sure things don't back up. So we're going to have 3 of these, just like we did with the first build. I'm going to move you over here. We're going to bring in our belt at the bottom, and it's going to run 1, 2, and 3. Nice and simple. You output animal feed and cooking oil. So I'm going to... I've got no choice. I need you to come out 3 and across, and then you should plug into there, and you should plug into there, and you there. Cool. And then same goes for the cooking oil. No, the cooking oil we're going to attach to a pipe. Okay. So cooking oil, we're going to arbitrarily decide, nope, if water's at height 2, you're going to be height 3. Because at the end of the day, I need to get all these food bills put together neatly in a way where everything has its own plane. Its own plane, so it passes one another. Because we're going to have obviously all the food feeding in at one side, and we've already established soybeans need to come in here, and they also need to come in here. Also, they need to mix with canola. Also, the animal feed that comes out of the first one needs to meet with the animal feed from this one, so on and so forth. So if I try and plan things around all having their own heights and latitude, longitude, it all depends, like their own plane of existence when I run all the belts through. I'm gonna try and make my life a little bit easier. Also, Inna needs something to do. Inna has ripped this to pieces. Excellent. Can I have you guys put a marker through here and a marker through there, and then can I have you dig down 1 tile through to here and rip out that, and down 1 tile through to here and rip out that. And can I get you to do that section? And we're actually going to have you rip all of that out. 81 through to there. And... yeah, you can do this side as well. Yeah, okay. Also, you guys are going to start digging up rock. So I need to give you a closer rock bucket. Okay, plan number 1, bucket. Plan number 2, rock. Plan number 3, store rock here. Plan number 4, do not bother storing rock all the way over there anymore. Okay. Plan number 4, get this rock out of the crater. The good news is we have 3 belts here that I can merge onto. The bad news is I sort of need to load balance against all 3 belts because like now they're just all filled up. So, we're going to remove that, remove that, remove that, remove that, and remove that. And hope this works. It'll probably work better if I put it there instead. Alright, we're going to need a transport. So we're going to need a U-shaped balance to go right there. I'm going to need to bring this in, this out, and I'm going to keep this flat through to about here. At which point, you. At which point you will raise up and join that one again. Cool. Also going to run that into there and that into there. Cool. With those guys done, we're going to run this belt into here and this belt into here. And I'm going to give you a priority in. So at least you have 1 belt worth of dumping capability. Meanwhile, I need that pipe to go back to there. Cool. Need you to back it off a bit. I need you to go up another tile, down here, and plug that into there. Yep. And then I need you to go... Nope. Up. Up. Down. Sure. Don't know, I call it my neatest work, but it definitely works, and that's important. Alright, so we're going to give you a priority in and you a priority in, and I think that's how we're going to do things. Yep. Okay, so, Inner should be able to put their dirt here, put their rock into here. Should be able to get this done reasonably quickly. I also need you to do that tile. Actually, it's just going to be easier if I say that tile without that tile without that tile. You should be able to just knock that tile down one tile for me and be done. Can I remove that? Yeah. Yeah. We'll remove that too. Yep, you did a great job of putting a hole in the corner. Alright, once this is done, we should be able to fill it in with dirt and have a nice dirt area. Okay, it has a low supply of salt. Oh, you also get salt in. About that. Can you go away, please? I guess if I remove that and I say trucks can export, that should solve the problem. Because I didn't give room for the other one to export salt. That's fine. It should work. Alright, so that should solve that problem. They should be done with that problem relatively quickly because it's just one tile's worth. And then we should be able to move on. Alright, so we have canola and we have tofu. Next on our list is... Good question. Sugar. It's sugar. Sugar's going to be the next on our list. Yeah. So, sugar cane gets turned to sugar. So this should be fairly easy because it's one item in and one item out. So we should be U-shaped belt there to there. Plug you in there, plug you in there, plug you in there. Grab a pipe, height 2. We already know it. This always goes at height 2. And you should plug into that one. And you should plug into that one. Oop. And you, that one should, please. Cool, that one should plug into that one. Okay, nice and simple. Now, you again have two waste products. You have sugar itself, well, a waste product, and biomass. So we're going to take the sugar out 3 tiles and run it this way. And you go into there, and you go into there. And then the biomass, same story. We're going to take it out. And we're going to run it at height 2 as well. Which I know you're going to wait straight away. Is like, Jetty, you already ran the animal feed at height 2. I know I did. We'll have to bump this up to a different height later. But I just need it out of the build to start with. Okay, so I'm going to copy the middle one. And then go paste 3 times in a straight line. Cool. That can go away, and that can go away, and that becomes our sugar. All right, and then we need to go deal with inner. So inner is all good and inny done. It is definitely inny done. All right, so the good news is this whole back section of the map, I ain't using it anymore. It's not even used as transportation anymore. So I need material to fill in the outside of the crater. So the good news is this whole section just became, well, material. Dig. Okay, edging team. Edging team, edging team, edging team. So they've dug to there. Now, potentially, there's like a tile and a bit up here. So potentially, I could dig a tile out of here, which sounds very risky. And although I'm a risky person, I'd be happy to risk it and roll it, I'm choosing not to. I'm choosing to make the wise decision, and I'm choosing to not do it. What I am choosing to do instead is have them dig gingerly, this way towards the housing. And hoping they don't cause a collapse. Yes, because materials-wise, edit. This is my next bulk source of material that we can dig out of the crater. Now, is any of this useful to me? Not really, sort of. If I could get another, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 tiles. If I could dig 7 more tiles and then get another 2 tile gaps so vehicles can get around the outside, so a total of 9 tiles. Yeah. If I could get 9 tiles out to like here, then, well, that's a different story. Then I could put in another row of housing and we could have more people, and I don't need more people, but sometimes you just like having neighbors and friends. Other times you have shitty neighbors, you want them to go away. So, you know, options. And sometimes that's what's called for, options. So we're going to have them start having an Stop. Do not break my belt. I like my belt. We're going to have them have a small avalanche. Oh, may collapse. Yep. I can see that. Hopefully they clean up their mess. Yep. Hopefully they don't knock over the belts and the house. In that order. But there's nobody living in the house, so you can guess you could knock that over, but don't knock over my belt. All right, so that's going to be their plan. Meanwhile, are you done? You are not done. What is the story with that dirt? This dirt's done. Okay, so if that dirt's done, that dirt's done. Okay, so we're going to put the dirt team, or dirt tower here, and then we're going to say flat. Everything there can get filled in with dirt. That can all get unmarked. That can all get unmarked. And you should be good to go. Sure, it's going to be a little bit grubby over this side, but we might come back and fix that later. Also, that's a little bit grubby, but we'll just call that surface dirt. And as for the other tower, it is definitely assigned to there. It's definitely said dirt and compost, and they're definitely filling in around this corner right now. Cool. And some trees have been spotted around. All right, so that's that problem done. All right, back to our little farming problem. Okay, so once we have sugarcane, we get sugar. Once we have sugar, sugar gets turned into 2 things. One, it gets turned to cake. So I'm going to put you over there. You're going to do cake in the future. Great. We know we need cake. Also, it gets turned into ethanol and antibiotics. Antibiotics are going to be required for our medical too, which would probably be good because at the moment we have a birth rate of -1%. It's perfect. Yep. People are going away. Oh, speaking of going away, Mr. Shippy, make them go away. Cool. So I need to make sure we have some fermentation tanks to do the ethanol, plus I need fermentation tanks to do the antibiotics. So antibiotics, we're probably not going to build this actually. No, I'm not going to build this right now. I think this would be part of a separate... Would it? We'd need ammonia. Ammonia comes from either producing it or comes from hydrogen. Hydrogen can come from an electrolyzer. If I have 3 hydrogen, I need 0.75. That's 1-to-1. So... that's 1.5. That's 3. And 3 gives me 48 medical supplies. And 48 medical supplies is twice what we need currently. I think we'd be safe with that. I can't see. It's off my list. Well, we got superheated steam done. Yeah, I can't see. It's off my list. Victory. And there's a settlement. Go say hi to the settlement. Okay. Sure. Alright, so sugar comes in here. We need oxygen and we need antibiotics. Oxygen, we need 6, 12, 24. Antibiotics needed the ammonia, which needs that one, which... you made 6. Okay, so I don't have enough of that. Okay, so we're gonna need a BB, You're coming all the way home. Okay, you finished with the last town. All right, we're going to need an air separator. We're going to need an electrolyzer. Am I going to be... I'm trying to debate whether we're going to do this as part of the farm thing or part of the... part of the farm thing or part of the... that one. Part of the farm thing or part of the medical thing. Can I make you make that recipe? Cool. Show me your inputs and outputs. Can you make that recipe? Show me your inputs and outputs. All right. So, you, and you. You can flip. Cool. You can flip as well. You can also flip. The other flip. All right. The bare basics. You can go there. You can go there. You can have a smokestack plugged into that. I think actually you can go over here. You can go here. We're going to grab a pipe Mark II, plug that into the hydrogen side, plug that into the nitrogen side. That'll give me ammonia out the front. You need to have sugar come in, which is going to be that tile, I think. 2, 3, 4. Plus, then bring the whole build a little bit closer to me. Yep. That won't need to exist, possibly. You would have this come up, go left, and then into that build, into that build, into that build, and into that build. Okay. You would have this come to here and come to here, and that would plug into there, that would plug into there. No, can you do the other way? Like your friend? Thank you. And you would plug into... Oh, God. There. Okay. The only thing I missed was... I did a vent. I need 2 vents. Okay, so I need to pop a hole in that and put in pipe balancer there. And smokestack, please. Can I borrow that? Thank you. And you're going to prioritize out that one, and that has to go away, so I can go left 2 tiles and then upsies. And you are also going to need a balancer, and you're going to also need a smokestack, which we can shove in here, and you are going to prioritize out that way as well. All right, so we can dump out the excess oxygen. No, because then you just run all the time. Yeah, okay, we're not going to do that, because if you're running all the time, you're going to use power all the time. There to there. Okay, so you're going to run oxygen to these guys. Eventually, you'll back up with oxygen. The nitrogen, you need to vent a lot of it, because we make a... Well, we use 6, 12, 24, which means you make 24 nitrogen for every 24 oxygen. I only need 12 of that. So we're going to vent that. You're going to make 3 hydrogen, which means we're going to get 3 ammonia. And you're going to use 1.5, 3 ammonia. Done. Sugar comes in there. Water needs to come in here as well. And that's my build. Yeah. It's a bit haphazard, but, you know, that's the build. All right. So out the front needs to come antibiotics, which are going to go forward to that tile, and to that tile, and to that tile, and to that tile. And also CO2, which we're going to run at height number 1, because at the end of the day, pipes are quite easy to make go up and down. And we'll just plug all these together, and then we'll put this over here. For the record, hadn't actually intended to do medical, but it's now done. All right, sugar also goes into ethanol. Ethanol's the one I actually want to do, because ethanol's special. Ethanol, we have 2 sources. We have sugar, and we also have corn mash. Now, we need ethanol, obviously, for a couple of things. If we look at the recipes, we need it to make disinfectant for the medical stuff. That's one thing. We also can use it to make, well, we need ethanol to make plastic. We also need it for disinfectant. Yeah, we can mix it with our cooking oil to make diesel. Now, I did mention earlier that we're making cooking oil here, and I can't let any of the belts that feed this food build back up. So, if I end up with too much cooking oil, I'd need to get rid of the cooking oil. And the cooking oil, there is no way to just flare it off. It just doesn't burn. You need to do something with it. Now, although I can do cake with it, and although I can do snacks with it, that's sort of my only two options, except for diesel. So what I need to do is I need to make sure that we can take ethanol and mix it with our cooking oil and get rid of our cooking oil. So I need to make sure that I always have more ethanol than I have cooking oil. So I need to have a couple of these guys. Now, these need to take in my sugar. Also, at the same time, they can take in the corn mash. To make corn mash, I need a mill. So I'm going to put a mill right about here. And I'm going to need 3 of those because it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Also, I'm going to put in a wall here and a wall here because I want this whole build to sort of fit between those tiles. All right, so I need to bring in corn. So we're going to start with you. We're going to go with, that tile looks good. And we'll run you into there, there, and there. Okay, so I need to bring that in. I then can make corn mash, paste, which has 2 things. One is going to be animal feed, the other one's going to be corn mash itself. And I'm going to put that there. Because we're going to take the animal feed. No, we're going to need to go forward 1 more tile. Yeah, I'm going to take the animal feed out right above where my sugar comes in, because, well, it's got to go to height 2, so we might as well do it right above one above the other. Okay, so I need to plug all those 3 together. That's that problem solved. Okay, I need to bring sugar. I need to bring corn in, which is going to go there to there to there to there. I'm going to plug in you, plug in you. Also need to bring in water, which we already know is height number 2 from there to there, which then plugs into you and you and you, and that is your needs satisfied apart from the corn mash itself. So corn mash needs to plug into this. You luckily make 9 and you luckily need 9. So our plan is going to be grab a pipe, go from there to there in a slightly less disgusting way. Perfect. Up and over. We'll cut that and paste that there and paste that there. All right, so with those 3 done, that just leaves me in my 3rd input being oxygen. Now I need 12 oxygen. Now 12 oxygen times 3 is 36, and a single air separator makes, funnily enough, 36. So I'm going to put you behind. I'm going to give you a smokestack so we can vent that toxic nitrogen for a grand total of 0 air pollution. We're going to run you at height 3, because that way you can go over everything. Bring you to here, run you to the left, and run you to the right. And then, same story, we're going to plug that into there, and that into there, and that into there. And then if I cut off the excess, that becomes our compact little-ish build. Now, the only thing I need to do with is my outputs, which is going to be ethanol, which is going to be in a pipe, which... we're going to go to height 1. No, we're going to do CO2 first. So we're going to do CO2 to here, plus CO2 to here, plus CO2 to here. Then we're going to do ethanol from there to there. Because pipes are easier to move. We already know that in theory, cooking oil is at height 3 and water's at height 2. So I'm hoping that if we keep things at the separate heights, we can keep keeping things at separate heights, but I make no guarantees. But if I cut that off and I cut that off, that should become a neat little build that we should be able to place down and should be repeatable, including the air separator for every 3 of these that we build. No, I need to make sure that you're aligned as if you had a friend on the left and right. So you need to have a pipe coming there and a pipe coming there. Also, you need, the belt's already done, the pipe's already done, so it was only the one at the front. It's the only thing I was missing. Okay, so that becomes that little build. Now, as I said, ethanol, leads to diesel in a chem plant. So I need a chem plant. I need to have you assigned to that recipe. On top of that, if I have too much ethanol, if I run this system flat out, I might end up with a situation where I have too much ethanol, which I also can't have, because if I have too much ethanol, then the ethanol's got nowhere to go, and then in theory I can get rid of the corn, but I can't get rid of the sugar. The sugar can only go into ethanol, antibiotics, and cake. So I need to also make sure I have a way to get rid of, well, the ethanol. So ethanol, get rid of choices. I have a flare, we can always burn it off. Also a gas boiler. So I need to, all the way up here, make sure that I also give myself an option of a gas boiler, which will give us carbon dioxide. Also, this process gives us carbon dioxide, as does this process. So I also, whilst we're up here, also need to have one of these guys to start capturing all the CO2 I'm making from all these sub-processes and storing them up and turn them into graphite that we can feed in an arc furnace. And that's half the food done. Okay, glass furnace has low supply glass. Why glass? Probably because I upgraded many things and I didn't actually build a second one of these. I think we're past you. You're a belt moving 200. You output 72, so I can just build you and build you and build all of you, please. And you and you. And we have one glass maker who outputs 96. And you use 48, so that should be fine. Yup. More smog into the air. Perfect, because we haven't put any air filtration down here. You are plugged in correctly? Yeah, you look like it. Except that belt needs to be upgraded to tier 2, because if you take in broken glass, you need to go faster. Also means technically... No, that belt's still fine for the moment. Okay, and you're now running... And you have output broken glass, so that should fill that back up. All right, where are we up to? You have filled in. Wonderful. Does that mean we have anywhere we're putting dirt currently? No, we are not putting dirt anywhere. That's problematic. Okay, can I grab you? Can I edit designations? Can we put trees between there and there? Oh, you cannot put trees over buried pipes. Well, I learned something new. Okay, can I go to dirt towers? Can I get you to cover those 4 tiles, because that's not covered yet? Yes. All right, I need this filled in correctly. We're at stable. Okay, if we're at stable, how many spare trucks do I have? I have 12. You can have 5 friends, and you can have 5 friends, and you have managed to not kill my housing. Awesome. Can I get you to dig that gently, carefully? We're going to take that out to 81. You guys dig too quickly. I'm going to give you like 4 tiles, 5 tiles in that direction. Yeah, and then you can do this bit as well. No, flat. Not ramping up to the middle of nowhere. Technically, I need to ramp down. Technically, please stop the oh my god, my poor belts. Look at this gap. It's getting smaller. It's gonna get shoved through the belts. Okay, where were we? That's not full. Why is that not full? How much water are we using? 721. That should be very full. I think that's the issue. Water. Exhaust. You're not running. That's water to poop, which is priority. So you're priority into the system that repopulates itself, and then that way. No, it should be fine. I think. You need to let that one. I think you're gonna go off straight away. Town water has low supply of water. I'm gonna see to 50%. Okay. Where was I? I was dirt. All right, we were doing dirt. I was this tower. This tower is gonna edit. You're gonna go from that tile to that tile. And then your friend beside you is gonna go from that tile to technically that tile. Yeah, let's do that again. Okay, that tile to that tile. And then I can have this all marked as height 2, there to there to there. But it's flat, yep. And then you should be done with that little bit. You are, cool. Edit area, you can come this way. And your friend can come this way. And with half our food done, it's also not halfway through the episode, but the end of the episode. Yeah, we've got about as much done as we're going to get for one episode. Food is one of those things that is slowish and painful to do. It takes some patience. It takes some thought. It takes some process to get all the food set up nicely. I don't want to cancel those. Yeah, because trucks still can't path out here. Yep, I was trying to do something fancy. And it's failed so far. I might have to go over it and give it a second pass. I'm not sure. But so far trucks can't pass through here, right? Right. I think that's had both passes on it. That has had both passes on it. Yeah, they still can't path out. I think I need to do another ramp and then remove the old ramp and then get into ramp and then dig the ramp. It's complicated. We'll get back to it later. But I'm going to leave this episode here as trucks get stuck left, right, and center. Did you build a... You didn't build yourselves a ramp. Oh, God. Here. Ramp up. Oh, my God. All right. I'm going to call this episode here. I'll see you guys in the next episode where we hopefully finish working out food. Also, we finish working out the old pirates. And we can probably get into a little bit more research. No, I need medical. We need to get food and medical done. Food and medical is going to be step number 1. We've got a little bit more farmland, and they're so close to touching and kissing in the middle. But like I said, I'm going to call it here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the very next video. All right, bye.